Hello, Taurus. Hello, Taurus. This is Christelle Martinette here, and I have a reading for you, Taurus, and I'm very thankful of your patience for the month of September. Now, I'm seeing a house. I'm seeing a house for you. You're on the it's on the brink. I've got to get a house. I want to see a house, and going to the bank and see what it means to get a loan, and if it's possible, and how much do I have to have up front, and could it be that I could get a rundown house and work on it, and then maybe get it, so it's most of you out there, and of course this is a general reading. Do go to my website and look if you want to have a private reading, but there are some parts of this which will nonetheless resonate with you, Taurus. And there is a house. Now, you already live in a house. You may have a companion, you may not. You may live with other people, and you do have a certain amount. I'm seeing the Taurus, as being very independent and wanting to be, almost as if you want to be proud of yourself. You want to show the world that you can do it. Not only that, you're really wanting to be able to pat yourself on the back and say, I did it. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I could do that. All right, so, and then not only that, I'm seeing you, many of you are putting CVs left and right, and you're backing up with a letter and saying, I just sent in my CV, big things, large institutions, you say, like the Department of Roads or something, or in, the Interior Ministry, or the Ministry of the Interior, or the Security Institute of something, or a museum, in a place that is an institution, university, okay, where you want, because you're aiming for security and more specialization, not only a step up from what you're doing. If you're doing clerical work, you want it to be clerical supervision or something, and that's what I'm seeing you. Let's take a look one at a time and see what these tools that I have here talk about. And what's nice about this is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is a card, Taurus, that tells you, yes, you are sitting pretty. There is something that you are sitting on, and what comes next is the house. It's so lovely to see the cards that are interacting with me. I said, I see a house, and you're going towards. Well, you're on stable ground. It's not quicksand, Taurus, and you know that what's coming up is going to be anything. It's going to be a venture. It's going to be an adventure. It's going to be an added adventure. And I like that. I like what I'm looking at. Let me take a look now at the runes and see what. Ali la li la lo la la. We've got Tyr, right? But the problem here is that, as you can see, Tyr is in a upside down position. It's in the Merkstave position, and when that occurs, usually Tyr talks about winning in a competition, you being the first one in a competitive sort of a game or competitive anything. And what I do see is that that's not the case in September, but you're highly motivated. And so it seems as if your competition is pushed down the line a couple of months, and it will be even past a couple of months. It will be towards the beginning of next year, January, February, when the seeds that you planted will be coming up roses, or at least will start to bloom. I'm going to take a look at the sibilla here and see what they have to say. They have a way of giving their own spin to these tarot cards and to the runes. Ooh. Ooh, they're warning you. These are warning you. Look, there is the movement. This is Viaggio. This is movement towards. There's a male figure here that this is an enemy. I'll go into that. And then there's the old lady who speaks to positive change. So it looks like you will be encountering a person, a male, it is a male, that doesn't have your best interests in mind. And I'm seeing that on the workplace. I'm seeing it work related. I'm seeing it even if you don't have a job, someone that you contact that tells you, yes, just wait, but they have in mind someone else to the job, and they're not telling you the right answer. Okay, so we've got to be worried about that. Try to make another call to another position, another person who will give you better information. I'm going to take another tarot here. There it is. The truth you have to look for that. You've got to go looking for that. And the Ace of Swords is always a card that points to the truth, obviously, that you are not getting, that you are not receiving when you go and make your calls and you sort of follow up on things that you have planted, seeds that you have planted, jobs that you're interested in, positions that are being offered, answering competitions with a project. What do we have? We've got Otala. Otala. I like Otala. You know why? Because if you look at it, it looks like a keyhole. Well, Otala, in a sense, has to do with things that money can buy, and things that will sort of things that money can buy, but they are created by an ideal in your mind. You have an ideal, a vision. And I'm not saying, Taurus, that you're blinded by this vision, but you are highly motivated by this vision. And that motivation is giving you the key. Okay, Otala is telling you, it's giving you the key to go forward. Even though you encounter this lack of winning in the first instance, if you put in a project as part of a competition, you won't be the first one called, okay? But you will, these seeds will come up and bloom later on in the beginning of the year 2021. Ooh, there's a lot of projects, a lot of things, a lot of, and I'm seeing another thing. There are relatives that you have, older, okay, they're older, that do think of you more than you imagine, and they are sort of in the background, and they don't, mess with your interests. They don't come and meddle. That's the word I want. They don't come meddling. They're not the kinds of people. They could be actually people who meddle, but I don't see that. I'm seeing them as waiting there and looking and ready to offer you maybe a little bit of money, a couple of $100 to, you have to get what do you have to do? You have to get a bed? Well, let me give you some money so, to help you. They're there to help you. And this is a first for you, Taurus, because you've always felt that you were under and you were being controlled by older people older than you. And now the situation is sort of overturned. I'm not saying that you have to care for them. Many of you do have probably older parents or older relatives or siblings that you need to take care of. That's undoubtedly the case. But I'm seeing more for the majority as you being in a position of having been let go, from the clutches of parental guidance, and you, even no matter what age you are, but that you are starting to smell the sweet scent of freedom and the responsibility that comes with that. These things just keep coming in, Taurus. It's a lot of messages today. A lot. You have AWATS. AWATS is there to tell you that you are protective. It's an ally. An ally always is there for you, just like the potential parents who are there to give you, $100 here and there. And I'm seeing this as very protective. So this is a good month if you have to start, sending out more CVs, going out, seeing houses, going out and requesting different loans from banks and seeing what the conditions are, if they are all the same. And let's see, as she takes a drink of water. Let's see. All right. Ay, 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 ay. The Eight of Swords. Now, what does this refer to? The Eight of Swords is a paralyzing card. It's a paralyzing in movement, and this occurs on already in the second week of the month, midweek, really, when you start to get a little bit depressed in relation to your beautiful ideas and your goals and your motivation. That's when a little bit of the things, negative energy comes seeping in, and you start to feel, oh, what the hell am I doing this? Why? I mean, I know I can't do it anyway. And you start, to undercut your potential greatness here. And that's not what we want. I'm going to take a few vera sibilla here that brighten up usually with color. A situation and gives you the ins and outs. Nice. We've got it. All right, we have here the butterfly. This is the lightness of being. This is also sexual activity here, and I'm seeing that as being one possible way of coming out of that funk. Please forgive me, but I'm saying it. I mean, you try it because you'll like it. And then we have the housemaid that is always on your side next to the house, which could be a company, but I'm seeing it as a house. You are aided. Remember I said those parents or older relatives or older siblings that are there for you. Take advantage of that and also exploit some, I always call it a horizontal dance when you get your emotions out and you really can express your love in many more ways than you usually do with just words. So, where are we here? Where are we here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Taurus? Taurus, where are you? Where are you? What's going on in September? Ta-da! This is the Emperor. Now, this is an Aries card. You have an Aries person in your life who's very important here too. I think it is a parent, one of your parents. They're not commanding, but they do, for you, in your mind, they do have power. Why do they have power? Because you respect the way they live, the way they are able to carry themselves through their daily lives with not I don't want to say not a care in the world, but with a grace. Even though their efforts are so strong, they may have studied, they may have got their doctorate, they may have gone through so much work, and they're, reaping the rewards of a year, of a lifetime of study, and you're seeing them as so poised as they do this, and they act as a mentor, and you really look up to them, especially this month, because they always have your back. And you're very, very happy about that. It's something that gives you strength, male or female. I love this. This is, let me see. I'll be quiet. Let me see if you can figure it out. You've seen me use the runes so much. You've seen me. This is Ingvats. This is a successful conclusion. I'll say it again. Success. This is a successful conclusion to what you might have. There's relief. There's relief here. There's relief that finally something breaks through. And here I'm seeing it as the end of the week, the end of the third week, when you finally start feeling relief and you start feeling that this is a turning point in my life. All right, so there's a turning point here. There is a turning point in your life in September. About the third week. What is it all about? What kind of turning point? What do you mean? Don't play dumb with me, Tarot. I was going to say Taurus. Don't play dumb with me. You know. There it is. This follows up. This is the Eight of Wands. This goes very, very fast. It starts stumbling. starts tumbling forward from the third week on, especially in a relationship situation. Now, I'll give you this as an example. You have a companion and you're both very young. You're in your 20s, and that's very young for me. This is when you first start getting out into the world, and most people start working in the world and leave studies behind. I'm using that generally. And what happens is one of the two of you, and I think it's your partner, who has also planted seeds, and they have been working very hard, not hardly working, they really did work hard. And you saw them study. And they took this test that they had to take, and you found out that time that they did so well that they came up at the top of the list over hundreds and hundreds, and they have a chance. They've got a shot at going into the oral phase of this exam, of this competition, whatever it is. And you both celebrate because of that, and you both feed off of each other's positive energy, and love begets love, and love really feeds into the love. And it really is lovely to see, just to get another word another word of love there, feeds into it, and it will open up joys for you, and possibilities unthought of, unseen. Now, let's just put things just to rest a moment. So we've seen a lot of things. We've heard a lot of things. And then we started out with the house. Now, that is a project that you and someone else have, and nothing is going to change that. That is something that's gone from the back burner, it's gone to the front. So that is a priority. Well, maybe mid burner, because then maybe a side burner, because you're thinking, no matter what we do, we have to keep thinking of that. No matter what we do, we have to keep putting some money our way. No matter what we do, let's keep our eye open. Now, that was the first thing. Then there were seeds that you planted. Well, I hate to use the analogy, but I'm seeing water now. I'm seeing water come down at the end of the month. Water as if you need, again, to feed, you need to give those seeds a boost. Towards the end of the month of September, follow up with a phone call, with an email, anything, anywhere that you put your CV. Get their human resources department, get them on the phone if you can, send them an email. Usually people will only work with emails. They don't even put a telephone number on their websites anymore because they don't want to be bothered. But with a nice little message, a nice cordial message on email, that should help. Now, that's water coming down. Water also means for you, Taurus, I was going to say simultaneous. I was thinking, because at the same time I'm seeing it so fast, at the same time I see water coming down, I do see drops of these water, drops of the water that contain a light color, and just like as if they were bubbles, but they're too small to see, and it's fast. It's in fast motion, but they are seeds. They're further seeds that come. What I'm trying to say is the end of the month is going to feed you new opportunities that if you blink, or if you turn your head or are distracted, you will not see. So look out for those opportunities. Really look out for the opportunities, because they're going to be there the end of the month for you. Now, let me go. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Daisy, Daisy. That's what I'm hearing, the song. Daisy, Daisy. I'm crazy for you. And I'm crazy for this card. This is the windfall, I was going to say. This is the Magician, and the Magician represents air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You may be involved with one of these, and you may be thinking of purchasing a house with one of these. But the Magician is also a person who attracts abundance. What did I say about that Eight of Wands? It's a fast shooting wand, and it happens very quickly around the end of the month. If you play your cards right, literally, if you play your cards right and you are seeing everything that happens, because the opportunities that come to you, Taurus, it's as if it's like a shooting star that runs horizontally in your midst. on the outside of your eye, on the tail of your eye, you see something. And if you don't turn your head and take a look, you won't get it. You won't see it. And it could be something that you see on the internet. It's just, a job, something flew by, or somebody on the street mentioned something, and there was a keyword that you're interested in, uptown New York, or up, and you're thinking of, that's what I'm looking for. That's where I want to go. And there's signs and clues that come to you in this way around between the end of the third week and the beginning of the fourth week, when you need, and I always say this, talk to your guides, listen to your guides. I'm telling you, Taurus, that these messages will come in that way. They will be flashes of energy that need your interpretation. They're not going to spell things on the walls or in the sky, but they will make you think of something else that gives you that message, right? And it will be very, very clear. And what does it hold for you? It holds for you the guidance that you need to go forward. Where do I look next? Who do I call next? Where do I send my next CV to? Fehu. Oh, Fehu. Fehu. Fehu is a rune of, I can say abundance, all right? I can say abundance because Fehu means cattle. There's, cattle that was sold in the good old days. It is still sold. It means if you have beasts in your on your farm, they yield riches for you. And just like if you have a garden of tomatoes or fruits, they bear, they're. But Fehu also talks of fulfillment, not only financial gain. Remember that magician there, financial gain, but it talks about actual fulfillment. The fulfillment. Ingvats is the building block. They are the building blocks. The building blocks, one over the other, finally are ushered in with that. They're given a push with that Eight of Wands. And Fehu is the gain that comes in towards the end of the month. And the gain never always comes in dollars and cents or in gifts coming in, or checks or things like that. It comes, in your case, opportunity. It's knocking. Opportunity is knocking on your door. But it's knocking on your door, Taurus. Opportunity is knocking on your door for you to see what guidance it holds for you, to give you the clues in terms of what your next step will be, to plant more seeds, to talk to a certain person, where to go, when, right? So keep those antennae up because it's really important. I do hope this was of help to you. Keep your antenna up. Like, share, and subscribe my video. I would really appreciate that. And push the button for notifications. I'll leave you with this. Until we read together again, Taurus. Until we read together again.